The moment we've all been waiting for has finally arrived. The Rock's little pebble has finally made a debut in the world of WWE, and boy was it sensational. She definitely exceeded all sorts of expectations. In today's video, we'll be talking all about Ava Raine's debut and how this fourth-generation fighter is making history so early in her career. Stay tuned to find out what's next for her. First up, here's everything you need to know about her debut. Earlier this week, it was revealed that Simone Johnson, or as the world of WWE now knows her, Ava Raine, was the masked woman who's been appearing in the developmental show NXT recently. It was a pretty dramatic reveal, that's for sure. The 21-year-old star comes from a long line of WWE fighters, and well, from the looks of it, she's definitely going to make her family proud. We're sure of that. Well, here's how everything went down. On Wednesday, we saw the Schism group make their way into the ring. Jagger Reed, Rip Fowler, and John Gacy were accompanied by a masked figure in a hoodie. The trio began discussing the importance of their group to them, and afterward, the mysterious fourth member went ahead to take off her mask. And well, we're sure you can guess who it was. And we gotta say, that's one classy debut. Moving on, let's see what Ava Raine had to say. The young fighter made some pretty wholesome remarks during her big reveal. She mentioned the love and acceptance she had received as a part of the Schism, and went as far as saying that this family completed her. Johnson also shared that being a member of this group helped her let go of the preconceived notions people had of her, declaring at the end that she was Ava Raine. Now that's some powerful stuff. We're sure that you could probably guess what she was hinting at. Ava, being a fourth-generation fighter, has a lot of challenges to overcome, and some of them, if we're being honest, are pretty stupid. For example, she had to deal with people bashing her for not picking a name that was close to her dad. So yeah, the girl's got a tough time ahead of her. But it's definitely good to see that she's found a group that accepts her for what she brings to the table as an individual. Speaking of her family, let's probe that family tree a bit. Following up, here are all the legends in Ava Raine's family. Well, it's no wonder that people have great expectations from the young fighter, since her grandfather, Rocky Johnson, and great-grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia, have both had a massive impact on wrestling. And how can we forget Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Ava's father? Rock has basically become a gold standard when it comes to wrestling. What's interesting is that Ava's debut comes almost exactly 26 years after her father's at the Survivor Series in 1996. Up next, here's something else that you should know about the reveal. This stunt was a result of some pretty careful planning and execution. If you've been keeping up, you'll know that first the red-hooded figure appeared in the crowds, after which she was shown bidding against Gacy and Schism's opponents. It's good to know that the payoff was worth everything. The applause this reveal got from the audience was pretty huge, and not to mention the audible gasp it received from the surprised audience. What's more is that Shawn Michaels, NXT's boss, had actually teased her debuts just days before Ava made her first appearance. He had mentioned that the young fighter was almost ready and that we might see her by the end of this year or at the start of 2023. Well, it's good to know that she's finally taken this step in her career. Her earlier days in WWE didn't exactly go as planned, as she ended up facing some injuries in the early training sessions after signing the deal in 2020. All in all, we're definitely excited to see her appear in the ring for the first time. Now, let's hear what The Rock had to say about this debut. Dwayne Johnson is definitely having his proud father's moment right now. He's mentioned on different occasions that he's really glad to see his daughter pursue her dream. The Rock is particularly very happy with her promo work. And on a side note here, he isn't the only one. Footage of Ava has made rounds on the internet, which shows her feeling quite at home with a microphone. The Rock talked about her recent debut on Jimmy Kimmel Live, saying that it was unbelievably good. Of course, being one of the greatest fighters of all time, we're certain that he knows a thing or two about making a memorable appearance. And seeing how he's now a proud dad gloating about his daughter's stunning debut, the appearance was even more memorable. He also mentioned that the pressure of being out in the public was huge and that one had to be very poised out there. Apart from this, unlike some of his fans, the former fighter doesn't seem to have any problem with the fact that his daughter's wrestling name has nothing to do with him. In fact, he thinks it's a pretty cool name. Well, we're all here to see The Rock's proud moments as a dad, and seeing how ready Ava is, this definitely isn't the last time we'll be seeing him gush over her on television. Following up, here's what we know of Ava Raine's new group, the Schism. The Schism was first introduced in May 2021 during NXT Spring Break-In. Since then, they've been pretty open about their message of openness and inclusion. Apart from this, the group also has been a strong advocate of letting people allow them into their lives. This message was also a pretty prominent part of Ava's debut, where before her final reveal, she was seen distributing smiley face buttons to the audience in hopes of spreading the group's message. If we're being honest, it's so heartwarming to see Ava grow up, and with her dad's hugely successful wrestling and acting career, it feels like we've known her forever. Well, that's all we have for her recent debut in the world of WWE. Now, let's dive into her personal life a bit. First up, Simone Johnson is all grown up, and we're very emotional about it. Simone is the oldest daughter of her wrestler-turned-actor father, Dwayne Johnson, and it's safe to say that she's a pretty headstrong and inspiring woman. How do we know that? Well, we've all seen her follow her passions unapologetically, and never be afraid to bash haters if they disagree with however she chooses to spend her time. It's really nice to see that even being the daughter of one of the most famous wrestlers in the entire world, Simone remains humble and true to herself. She's mentioned several times that these values were drilled into her by her parents, and from the looks of it, she won't be forgetting them anytime soon. Up next, Simone's been working alongside her parents for quite some time now. It's pretty natural for star kids to dabble a bit in acting, especially if both their parents are extremely famous. But interestingly, that's not what Simone's parents got her to do when she was young. Although she did have some minor acting gigs as a child, it seems that her parents involved her greatly in the production process. You see, her mother, Dani Garcia, is the co-CEO and co-founder of Seven Bucks Production, and she's been working with her parents since she was barely 12 years old. When speaking up about her experiences, she mentioned that her parents always liked getting her input on different things. Moving on, Simone is set on using her platform to empower women. Honestly, our respect for the young star just keeps on rising. She was offered a career by Teen Vogue and was even signed by IMG Models. She even had many opportunities to become an actress, but she still decided to pursue her true passion and become a wrestler. And not just this, Simone was also named the Golden Globe Ambassador on her 16th birthday, which was quite a huge honor, since this rank was often only given to the Hollywood elites. As a part of this campaign, she had to pick a charity to partner up with, and Little Johnson picked Global Girl Media, a non-profit website that's working to develop media literacy among young girls and women. While talking about her decision to pick GGM, Simone mentioned she was particularly inspired by their use of digital journalism to empower women and how the platform provided girls with different resources they needed to speak up about their issues. Well, that's definitely an amazing cause. With her involvement in so many great things, and what we're pretty sure is going to be a successful career ahead of her, Simone is definitely going to become a role model for several girls across the world. That's a wrap for this video, folks. What do you think of Simone Johnson's WWE debut as Ava Raine? What do you think she'll be able to do in her career? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. See you in the next one with the latest updates.